Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that I think is not talked about enough in the hair community, which is why you should not be trying to prolong the length of time between washing your hair when it is straightened or you have a silk press. Extending your silk press most oftentimes should be a no-no. And I have 4 main reasons why I say it's a no-no. So let's get into it. Number 1, which is scalp health. When you are prolonging the length of time between washing your hair, you are intentionally allowing oil and sweat and product buildup to accumulate on your scalp, which can cause clogged pores, dandruff, irritation, and inflammation, things that can lead to hair damage and thinning. And we absolutely want to make sure we are trying to avoid hair damage and thinning. Keeping your hair and your scalp clean is essential to having healthy, long, beautiful hair. So try your best to always keep in your mind, is your hair environment balanced and healthy? Number 2, hair breakage. And this is a little bit of a touchy subject for me, because for me personally, being a straight hair natural and always having my hair stretched, straightened for the majority of the year has significantly increased the amount of hair that I'm able to retain. However, based off of just pure science, the straightening process that we put our hair through will, if we're not doing very careful practices, will make our hair prone to breakage. And that's why hair prep is so key, and I mentioned that in a previous video, so make sure to watch that. When you go too long between washing your hair starts to become dry, it becomes brittle, and more likely to tangle up and then break, or simply just break off. The natural oils from your scalp can't reach the ends of your hair, leaving your hair very, very dry and prone to split ends. And as much as we can add oils and serums to try to combat it, if your hair is already dehydrated, like it's already dried out, it's already past the point of no return, and you're just putting oils and serums on top of it, you're not locking in any moisture. You're just adding more of a protective barrier to the hair when moisture is essential. And you're just prolonging the inevitable, which is breakage. Regularly washing your hair adds the number 1 moisture back into your hair, which is water, and helps your natural oils to better distribute throughout the lengths of your hair from the scalp down to the ends. So try your best to keep your hair as moisturized as possible when you have a silk pressed or you've straightened your hair. Obviously, it's a very, very delicate balance. You want to keep it moisturized without it reverting, and use a gentle and moisturizing shampoo, and never, ever skip deep conditioning your hair. I will say this in every video. If you want to have healthy hair, the easiest thing you can incorporate into your routine is deep conditioning. And number 3, which is the most obvious, and I think the one we all kind of like cover our eyes about and gets dismissed so easily, is odor and hygiene. And let's be honest, nobody likes a smelly scalp or smelly hair. The more you prolong washing your hair, the more sweat and oils accumulate, and all of that ends up turning into an odor. And this is a smell that's coming from like within the body internally. Like this is a different smell from like the burnt hair smell or a product buildup smell. Also, I personally find that my hair absorbs and traps the smell of food so easily. Like if I'm home and I'm cooking, my hair will absorb the smell of the food that's in the air. And especially if I go to a restaurant and there's all sorts of different types of food, my hair traps all of that smell. My hair could be freshly washed, super clean, and yet there's something about my hair, I don't know if it's just the natural oils or the products that help to pull in that smell and keep it trapped, but then my hair smells like stinky food. And a combination of that plus the internal body smells and then your sweat and your product buildup is a recipe for icky. And of course you can use sprays, you can use hair perfumes, and as much as you can use all that, it only goes so far. If there's a bad smell at that point, it's often too late to try to add something over top of it to try to mask it, because then that's just going to interact with the smells that's already going on, and that is eventually going to make it smell worse. So do not skip washing your hair, and if you can, double cleanse. That will absolutely ensure that there is no more lingering smell from anything. Number 4, which is my last point, is product buildup. I absolutely love my products, all my products, and I use my restructurizer. I'm using a heat protectant spray. I'm using a leave-in moisturizer. And then after I do my hair, I'm using oils and I'm using serums. But at the end of the day, it all leads to product buildup, which can weigh the hair down. And there's a very fine line between your hair being weighted from your products and your hair being weighed down and greasy and flat and lifeless from product buildup. Like a lot of the times when I use my Cantu Daily Oil Moisturizer in my hair and I apply before I blow dry and then I straightened, a lot of people like to comment that my hair looks really weighed down. It doesn't look like it's moving. It's not a silk press. Don't call it a silk press. Little do they know, my hair is so soft, so moisturized, and it stays soft and moisturized for the entire duration of my hair week, and I do not need to apply any extra moisture to it. I just did my hair without the Cantu Daily Oil Moisturizer. I used the L'Oreal Hyaluron Plump, and it was so soft, and it was so weightless and fluffy and voluminous, but it dried out quicker, way quicker than it normally would have had. So there is a fine balance between your products making your hair look a little bit weighed down, and don't be afraid of your hair looking a little bit weighed down. The most important thing is to have your hair not look limp, not look greasy, not look dirty. When you do start to notice those types of things come up in your hair, that's when you know it is time to just go into a wash day. Washing your hair adds back that shine, adds back that volume, adds back that silky smooth texture that you like, and of course leaves your hair feeling clean and smelling great. And once again, clean and well-maintained hair is the foundation for healthy hair. Healthy hair that can grow and healthy hair that can be retained. Now you might be wondering, what is the recommended time frame for how long you should go between washing your hair? I think if you have a silk press, if you've gone through the process of straightening your hair, you're obviously going to want to maximize the amount of days possible, but the 7 to 10 day range I think is pretty good. For me, 7 days, my hair is like starting to dry out, but I know I can push it just a little bit more. At the 10-day mark, the hair is smelly, the scalp is feeling irritated, and the hair just super dried out, and I know I've gone way too long. So that 7 to 10 day range is like that great sweet spot. Or of course, if you are a person that has an active lifestyle, or you just naturally sweat more from your head, I would suggest to do less days. So maybe like that 5 to 7 day range. The key is just to listen to your hair needs and then do your hair accordingly. As great as it is to have a routine and to keep track, listen to your hair. Your hair will tell you most often than not what it actually does need. Listen, pay attention, and do what you got to do. So those are my 4 reasons as to why you should not try to stretch your silk press or straightened hair. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share with somebody who you think really should not be stretching their silk presses, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.